On this video, pag-uusapan natin kung paano gumawa ng accomplishment report for construction project in Microsoft Excel. Matututunan natin kung paano i-monitor yung accomplishment ng project, ano ang nire-represent na accomplishment, and paano makukuha yung percentage of completion. Ito yung mga objective natin kung bakit tayo gumagawa ng accomplishment report. Una is para malaman kung anong progress sa project. Dito kasi natin i-base kung magkano yung sisingilin natin sa client. Second is para malaman yung balance of works ng project so we can estimate gaano pa katagal yung project. Now, meron ako ditong bill of quantities and ito yung gagamitin nating example on this video. Sa BOQ usually nagmumula yung accomplishment report since BOQ is considered as the scope of works ng project. But before tayo mag-umpisa, i-organize muna natin yung file. Magdadagdag ako sa taas ng rows and dito ko ilalagay yung title, project name, and yung date ng accomplishment. Ilalagay natin sa title accomplishment report. So, using lang natin yung format. Then sa project name, Land Development Project. Sa date, dito natin ilalagay kung kailan tayo nag-update or nag-monitor. In this case, ang ilagay muna natin is September 26, 2023. Now, from this BOQ, maglalagay ako ng additional 3 columns dito. Itong columns na to ay para sa percentage, quantity, and sa amount. So, lakihan ko lang ng konti yung columns. Sa quantity, dito natin nilalagay kung ano na yung nakumpleto sa project on a given period. Yung amount naman is usually ginagamit natin as weight factor ng each BOQ item. Hindi kasi natin pwede gamitin ng quantity as weight factor dahil may iba't iba itong unit of measurement. Take note as well that this amount is not a measure kung magkano yung nagastos ng project. It's basically a measure of how much work is performed on a given period. This is also called earned value and I have a video for that if you want to learn more about it. Pwede natin baguhin yung name ng amount to earned value para hindi tayo ma-confuse. Now, naglagay lang ako dito ng percentage column so we can easily see the progress of each BOQ item. So first, i-freeze muna natin itong columns na to and then yung rows na to. So, isa-select ko itong cell na to and go to view. Then, freeze panes and click natin itong command na. That way, kahit mag-scroll tayo, naka-fix yung ating columns and yung rows. Para uniform yung table natin, gusto ko gayahin yung format ng amount column from our BOQ. We can manually do that, but there's a better way to do it. Make sure na selected yung column na paggagayahin mo ng format, in this case, yung amount column. Then dito sa home, double-click natin yung format painter. Now, iselect natin yung percentage, yung quantity, and then yung earned value. As you can see, parehas na yung format nito sa BOQ natin. Again, dito sa accomplishment report, yung quantity ang ina-update natin. We can leave this blank for now, but for the amount and percentage, pwede natin ito gamitan ng formula. Let's start with the percentage. This is simply the quantity accomplished divided by the total quantity in BOQ. Gagamitan ko ito ng minimum formula just in case na sumobra yung quantity na mailagay natin, hindi mag-exceed sa 100% yung percentage. Ganito yung magiging formula natin. Naglagay ako ng 1 sa minimum formula. As we know, 1 is equivalent to 100%. Now, what will happen is mamimili si Excel kung ano mas mababa sa dalawa, yung percentage or yung 1. If percentage is less than 1, ang pipiliin ng formula is the percentage. If it's greater than or equal to 1, ang pipiliin naman nito is 1. So therefore, hindi mag-i-exceed yung percentage sa 100%. Here's another Excel trick. As we know, the blue is the accomplished quantity and the red is referring to the total quantity from BOQ. So I'll modify the formula that is referring to the total quantity and put $sign sa unahan ng letter. Sa Excel kasi, if nag-copy tayo ng cell na may formula, nag-move yung reference when we paste it to another cell. By putting $sign, you fix the reference and hindi ito mag-move. Now, alam natin na the letter represents the column and the number represents the row. Pwede mo lagyan ng dollar sa harap ng letter to fix the column reference or sa harap ng number to fix the row reference. Pwede mo din lagyan ng $sign, both column and row reference. And you can use F4 key to cycle through different combinations. Dito sa ginawa natin, sa unahan lang ng letter ako naglagay ng $sign. Meaning, yung column reference lang yung hindi mag-move. Later, it will make more sense bakit natin ginawa to. But for now, let's copy the formula to the other cells. Now, kung mapapansin natin, may mga cells na nag-error. This is because blank yung ibang quantities natin dito sa BOQ. We can modify again our formula para walang error. So, I'll select this cell again and then modify the formula. I-enclose ko itong buong formula na to into if error function. Sa dulo, lalagyan ko ng comma and ang ilalagay kong value if error is 0. Now, we can now copy this to the rest of the BOQ items, except sa mga naka-gray since it has different formula. Now, I'll select the percentage column and change the number format to percentage. Igigitna ako rin siya, so I'll click center. Now, I'll edit the number format further by clicking this icon and selecting custom. Gusto ko hindi lalabas yung percentage if 0 yung value. So, dito sa text box, I'll insert 2 semicolons and a minus sign. As you can see, ganito yung kakalabasan if 0 yung value. Para malinis tignan yung table natin. After nyan, earn value naman. It's simply the percentage multiplied by the amount in the BOQ. Again, like what we did in the percentage, I'll fix the reference of the cell that's referring to the amount in the BOQ. Let's copy this formula as well hanggang sa ibaba. After nyan, kukunin din natin yung totals, same nang nasa BOQ natin. Pwede tayo gumamit ng sum formula, but on this example, ang gagamitin natin is subtotal. If papansinin natin yung BOQ, hinati pa ito into smaller components. Ang tawag dyan is work breakdown structure or WBS. And dito, kinuha muna natin yung totals ng each WBS bago kinuha yung total amount ng BOQ. So, yun din yung gagawin natin sa earn value. Kukunin ko muna yung total ng each WBS. So, I'll use subtotal. Then dito, mamimili tayo kung anong function yung gagamitin natin. In this case, sum, which is number 9. Then, comma, yung range na isasum natin. So, ito yung range na isasum natin. After nyan, kokopyahin natin to sa iba pang WBS. So, I'll copy and paste it here. Let's modify the formula and extend lang natin to para makover niya yung lahat ng cell. Now, I'll copy this again and paste it here. Extend natin if kailangan. Copy ulit natin. Then dito, paste natin. After natin makuha yung total ng each WBS, kunin naman natin yung overall earned value ng project. So, gagamitin ko ulit yung subtotal and isaselect ko lahat ng range ng earned value. Ito yung reason kung bakit mas maganda gumamit ng subtotal. If gagamit tayo ng sum formula, after ko i-total yung amount ng each WBS, kailangan natin to i-select isa-isa para makuha yung overall earned value ng project. Of course, there's nothing wrong about it and you can use this approach. But if gagamit kasi tayo ng subtotal formula, you can safely select the whole range and same din yung total na lalabas. Ang ginagawa kasi ng subtotal is ini-ignore nito yung mga cells na mayroong subtotal formula. Dahil ginamitan natin ng subtotal formula yung mga WBS kanina, hindi na ito kasama sa bilang kapag nag-subtotal formula tayo dito sa overall. Now, lagyan din natin ng percentage yung each WBS and the whole project. I'll just copy the formula of the cell and make sure na kapag i-paste nyo, you just paste the formula para hindi na magalaw yung formatting ng cell. Now, I'll modify the formula and instead sa quantity, sa earned value and amount tayo magbe-base ng percentage. So, I'll just move the cell reference by dragging this to earned value. Yan din ang gagawin natin dito sa kabila. I'll drag this to amount. After that, we can now copy this and paste the formula to the rest of WBS, including the overall. Now, dito sa taas, I'll merge these three cells. Papangalanan ko itong previous period. Then, papalitan ko yung format, same sa format in RBOQ. Now, copyan natin itong previous period and maglalagay pa ako ng dalawa dito sa kabila. Papangalanan ko naman itong current period and itong isa to date. Now, pansinin natin yung mga formulas. Let's look in the percentage. As you can see, nung nag-copy tayo, hindi nag-move yung cell reference referring to the total quantity in the BOQ. That's because naka-fix yung column reference natin and hindi na kailangan i-adjust yung formula. Now, isa-isahin natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng previous period, current period, and to date. Sa to date, dito natin ilalagay kung ano yung latest total accomplishment ng BOQ item based on the accomplishment date. Yung previous period naman is yung update ng accomplishment based from the last period. If weekly mo ina-update yung accomplishment report, yung previous period ay yung latest accomplishment last week. Yung current period naman is the difference between the to date and the previous period. Ito yung naging accomplishment ng project this week. We can use a formula to this para pag nag-update tayo, automatic din ito mag-update. So I'll take the difference of to date and the previous quantity. Now, we can copy this formula hanggang sa ibaba. Now, modify lang natin ng konti yung template. Lahat ng cell na may formula, papalitan ko ng color para ma-distinguish natin kung ano yung cell or column yung i-update lang natin. So, for example, itong previous period, papalitan natin ng kulay. Itong may mga formula. So, I'll change the color to blue. Medyo light. Gawin natin medyo light. So, same dito sa earn value. Papalitan ko din to ng color. So, para makopy ulit natin yung format from one cell to another, select lang natin ulit yung paggagayahan natin na cell. And then, format painter. Double-click natin yung format painter and select natin itong iba pang cell. Now, for the current period, since may formula yung quantity natin, kukulayan ko din yun ng blue. So, pwede kong gayahin yung format ng earn value dun sa quantity. Now that we're done on the template, pag-usapan naman natin kung paano ito gamitin. As mentioned kanina, dito tayo sa to date, naglalagay ng updated accomplishment. And since this is the first time na i-update natin ito, wala mo na tayo ilalagay sa previous period. So for example, nag-umpisa na yung project and 1 week later, nag-inspect tayo ng progress sa site. I'll update the accomplishment date first. Lalagay ko dito is yung date kung kailan ako nag-inspect. Let's say, October 3, nag-inspect ako. So, lalagay ko dito, October 3, 2023. Now, based on our inspection, itong mga sumusunod, yung naging accomplishment ng project. Una, nag-survey na tayo. So, meron na akong progress sa line and grade. And as you can see, ang unit of measurement is naka-months. So, ilalagay ko dito na kahit kakaumpisa lang natin, 1 month na ilalagay kong quantity. Now, next, nag-clearing and grabbing na rin tayo. And the estimated quantity based on expert judgment is 10,000. So, ilalagay ko dito 10,000. As you can see, automatic na nag-compute yung percentage ng activity, yung percentage ng WBS, and yung percentage ng buong project. Makikita mo din yung kanilang earned value. Let's say itong soil stripping, meron na din itong accomplishment. And that's 1,500 cubic meters. So, ilalagay ko dito, 1,500. So again, yung template will compute the percentage and earn value automatically. After nyan, if ito lang yung mga BOQ items na may progress this week, we can leave it with that. Now let's say lumipas na ulit ang isang linggo and we inspected the site. Before natin i-update yung to date, ilipat muna natin yung update natin last week dito sa previous period. So ang gagawin ko, I'll select and copy the cells. And dito sa previous period, ipe-paste ko as values. Now, papalitan ko din yung date. For example, October 10 na ito. Now, ginagawa natin yung paglipat from to date to previous period para malaman natin yung naging accomplishment this week, which is yung nire-represent ng current period. On this example, back to zero accomplishment tayo since hindi pa updated yung to date. Again, based on our inspection, let's say ito yung mga naging accomplishment ng project. Sa clearing and grabbing, from 10,000, this week, 25,000 na yung accomplishment natin. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong accomplishment na 15,000 this week. Sa soil stripping naman, from 1,500, let's say naging 3,000. So, meron tayo accomplishment na 1,500 this week. Now, let's say this week, nag-umpisa na tayo sa cut and ito yung naging quantity accomplished. Let's say 2,000 cubic meter. Sa hauling and disposal naman ng soil stripping, nag-haul out na din tayo. So let's say for example by 1,500. So lagay natin dito is 1,500. As you can see, mas kitang-kita kung ano yung naging accomplishment this week by looking at the current period. Makikita din natin yung percentage and earned value ng activity ng WBS as well as ng buong project. And that's it. That's how you create and update accomplishment report. Now, itong example natin is for construction project. But pwede mo rin itong gamitin to any other project as long as the accomplishment is quantifiable, like the quantity, and meron ka ring weight factor like the earned value. Let me know in the comments if nagustuhan mo itong video na to. If gusto mo yung mga ganitong content, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out also my other videos in project planning, Excel tutorial, and Primavera P6 tutorial. If your project has already started, kailangan mo na din i-update yung schedule nito. If you want to learn more how to update a Primavera P6 schedule, you can watch this video here.